got it. Nice. All right, guys, welcome to the stage here. Let's start by explaining briefly who you are and how long you've been running and kind of what you run, starting with the wolf over there.
Hi guys, my name is Maor, originally from Jerusalem, Israel. I'm about to turn 30. People call me the Wolf. I'm a business owner. I have an agency for more than 10 years now and also some offers, and I'm an affiliate marketer.
Mr. Mike.
Hi, my name is Mike Long. I've been in affiliate marketing since 2004. That's when I managed the first $1 million day launch of Traffic Secrets. Then in 2005, I launched Product Launch Formula, which is about $1 million launch each. And then in 2006, I launched StomperNet, which was a $14 million launch in 12 hours. Basically been in the game since then. My main thing these days has been, most recently, most notable for OMG, which is a $45 million collected, $30 million profit, and that's all with affiliate marketing.
It's a pretty good margin.
Yeah, so my name is Ralph. 24 years. I live in Latvia, and I've been making money online since I was 16 years old. But for the last 3.5 years, my focus has been entirely on native ads, where me, as a one-man army, I regularly manage campaigns that do over $1 million a mark. So I think I do fairly well for being the only person in the company.
Mike and I didn't mention our ages. I like that. He's young.
22.
Yeah, 20. I'm 30. But anyway, so are you guys? So are you single? Like, do you have teams? Have you built out teams? Or are you more or less operating solo with a group of maybe freelancers? Start with Ralph.
So no, I've been doing it as a one-man army, like literally the only one in the company. I never outsourced. That's how I do. I never really felt the urge to go.
Never even outsourced, even for design or development or?
No, not really. I build all the landing pages myself. The only thing I would outsource is the translations, of course.
Okay.
But that's it.
Huh, very cool. Mike?
All the business that I've done in partnership with David Mills. We were from the old Magic the Gathering playing days. We were both Magic champions, and we took ourselves into internet marketing from there. At this point, most things I do, I wind up partnering with people.
Yep.
So I'm like a solo person who partners with people, but no employees, no outsourcers.
Very cool.
I think like every type of project that I've been involved in, I think is so different because some projects I do it all. Like I design my own stuff. I even code sometimes. So I try to use as many systems that allow me like to drag and drop, like create funnels and do those stuff by myself. But for the most part, I only outsource the stuff that is like copy-paste jobs that take out of me, like doing reports if I need to, or stuff like that, basically.
Very cool. So, Mayor, what are some of the basic questions you need to ask yourself before you partner up?
So I think the first one is that you need to ask yourself how much that person is like you. Okay, and that goes both ways, by the way. So if that person is like you, it means that you're gonna really like manage the relationship better, maybe. And with partners, like there is that point where every decision takes double the time because basically it's like marriage. You know, you have to convince the other person that decision that you think is good. So everything takes at least twice as much. So that might be good for that part, but if that person is not like you, that means that he might know and get well with people that you don't get well with, and that actually expands your networking circle. So
you want same but different.
Yeah.
same but different. And Mike, you've managed a lot of JVs, right? That's your business essentially.
Yeah, essentially. So what I look at, of course, Wolf is absolutely right. You have to look for somebody who's seeing eye to eye with you at least to a decent bit. One of the traps is you can overly focus on whether somebody is really driven and excited that moment. That's really great. But I really try to look at like what the market's going to want. Because even if somebody is great, they're high energy and stuff like that, they just may be out of position. They may be focused on more of a red ocean place where there's not really as much opportunity or where the opportunity is dying. A lot of times they're focused on they just want to make money, which isn't, we live in an era of integrity mattering more than anything. And so you really want to be able to follow through on your offers. And it's going to come back on you anyways with your reputation.
cool. And I guess you probably, because you're a true solo.
I'm a true solo. I haven't really partnered up with anybody. I guess the closest thing is I'm mentoring my brother right now.
Oh, that's cool.
So he's going to be my first employee, I guess.
Yeah, that's awesome. You're Fredo.
Actually, Eric, if I could add I really connected to what Mike said. I think integrity is one of the most important things when looking for a partner, because you might not be able to basically agree on everything, and that's amazing, that's okay, and that even maybe makes like more ideas flood. But if that person doesn't own up to his word, when you say that there's a meeting, he comes to the meeting. When you divide tasks, you know that that person is going to do the task. If you are in a relationship where it doesn't really happen, that's one of the biggest red flags for me.
You brought up the parenting metaphor before. I was just reading an article about how kids who come from families where parents actually have different opinions on things are often they're better off in the long run, because and that goes to your business as well. If you've got two differing perspectives, as long as you can approach it with integrity, you're going to be able to grow your business more, maybe. Yeah. Very cool. So what have been the most important elements that have held you back from adding a team, essentially, from building out a team of employees? Why did you decide to stick it alone for your most part as an affiliate or an online entrepreneur?
Yeah, so that's a very good question, and I've actually been thinking about it myself. I think it's because I never really had the urge to build a team, and that's because I have always had a goal that I want to achieve, even working alone. Like, for example, first, when you start out, you want to make $100 a day. Then you want to move to $1,000 a day, $5,000, $10,000, $50,000, $100,000. I think that's what keeps me going. But
it's because you hit those goals without a team.
Goals without a team, and then you want to reach another goal, and you know that you can do it alone, and you just go after it. But actually, right now, I'm thinking about it. I want to reach much bigger goal, and for that, I will need to partner up with somebody. But yeah, that's the main thing. What's been holding me.
Oh, very cool. What about you, Mike?
Of course, like I said, I've done almost everything in concert with my partner for 15 years, David Mills. But that said, in terms of growing our team, sometimes we have grown the team, and sometimes it hasn't always been the best choice. Again, to build on kind of what Wolf was saying, and we were talking about integrity, so much of what's going on, even with networking, is what do you bring to the table? And is what you bring to the table really that important? Is it really what's needed at the time? Because when you add somebody else, there's more conversations, there's more, people get butthurt if you don't do what they want to do and stuff like that. So really adding somebody in, they've got to bring something unique, something that's timely. I made a ton of money off of people who just had a kid, and they have so much energy after they just had their first kid. They really want to get things done. That's the kind of thing.
Sleep deprived and this.
Yeah, they have like that inherent motivation. But you want somebody who's really digging in deep, who's really aware of their subject matter. They're fired up by it, and that you see. And you want to build based on short projects. You want a win on something that lasts a week with them, that's attainable. You're not testing them. You're making money the whole way, but I test and then build, test and then build.
Nice. So my answer is kind of combining both of your answers, to be honest. First of all, yeah, I've reached my goals. So I saw that I still have time, and I got obsessed with campaigns, and this is how I make campaigns successful. Even when they lose sometimes at the beginning, I like super obsessed, so I never really got the time to where I need to really recruit. But when I did recruited some employees and I tried to expand my team, I found out that like at the beginning, in theory, it was amazing. I told myself, oh my God, I'm gonna save so much time. These guys are going to do all of the dirty work for me. This guy is going to do the reports. This guy is gonna upload the campaigns. She's gonna take care of and filter the creatives. It's going to be amazing. No more 20% disapproved ads and stuff. And then I found out that the exact amount of time plus some more energy was wasted on parking, salaries, people who wanted to leave after I taught them.
People who steal.
People who steal, people who they give out your clients, your suppliers, some Excels, screenshots, and then I figured, you know what, it might fit certain points at certain companies where there is too much job, and then it's okay, because when you're going to add those employees at the beginning, the quality is going to drop immediately. Like And that's okay when you're building something huge, but not as an affiliate maybe.
Yeah. So Ralph, when you were talking about now, you're at a point where you're starting to think about potentially, training your brother, building a team. Like, what have been some of the key challenges that have sort of really made you start thinking, okay, maybe I got to expand a little bit. Like, where's the bottleneck in your business?
Oh, that's a very good question. I think I get all these advertisers and affiliate networks just sending me these cool offers, and they're like, oh man, this is crushing right now, take a look, submit a campaign, test it. But I'm at a point where I cannot physically test more campaigns.
Yeah.
So I think if someone really wanted to launch and optimize and manage 100 campaigns at a time, you would definitely need a team for that. And to add on, I've always been focusing on the biggest offers I have. Even if an offer is making $1,000 a day, I will just stop it because that's not good enough. If there are offers out there that can bring me $50,000 a day, that's one of the reasons.
Yeah. Well, how about you guys? Have you questioned your decision to not build the team out?
Well, I think that you always have to question yourself, because basically if you don't, then it's such a dynamic industry and everything changes so fast. You have to cash out whenever you can. You have to basically adapt every other week to the platforms, technically and not technically. So I think that it's for me, it's mostly about, and I have to promote my talk in a few hours. So guys, I'm going to talk about it. Please come. It's going to be at 4:45 today. And just like I also talked in Barcelona, it's mainly about, like, I got to the point financially that I didn't even believe that I could achieve by the time that I got to 30, and I'm not even 30.
Rub it in.
What?
Rub it in. No, I'm just joking.
Yeah, so it's more than when you get to that point that money is no longer like a big factor, and you lose that like survival-like way of thinking, and you're left with basically a clearing that allows you to do whatever you want. So that allows you to really take more adventurous things and maybe scale up to something bigger, maybe.
Interesting. Mike?
All right, I would say that the biggest bottleneck I've run into is I kind of have this mental image for you of someone coming on Shark Tank, and they come on with like a taco cart, and they're like, I made $1,000 with this yesterday, and they're like, okay, what's the deal? And they're like, oh, I went to the baseball game, when the baseball game let out, and now I want to compete with Taco Bell and be $1 billion industry. And it's like, it's not a real business, And so much of what we do, so much of the opportunities in affiliate marketing that are really good are not permanent. No. And so what will happen is people around you will do this. They will push you to try to make something that is not inherently permanentable. They'll push you to make it permanent. And you'll buy a building and hire employees, and all you're doing is just weighting down a project that it's already hit its zenith. So these days I'm focusing more and more on compartmentalized projects and letting something live out its life, if it continues or is able to pivot from there. But trying to artificially make something into something permanent when it's not, it's a huge pitfall, and I really advise against it.
Does it wear on you though, going sort of project to because I came up as an affiliate marketer as well, and you'll have big wins and then it'll go down and you'll lose. Like it's a constant game of sort of rise and fall of these specific campaigns. Does that wear on you as an individual, as a
Oh my God, yes. I cannot even stress this enough. But I think, what, I think that all of my life, like I used to be a semi-professional poker player, and with poker it's like the same, sometimes you win, you think you have the formula, you know exactly what you're doing, you can't lose, right? So basically I think that got me like 20-25% ready for affiliate marketing, but it's so hard when you refresh those stats and you have like this amazing campaign converting so good, or when it's Q4 and you're like super killing it, and then like a day later your account gets banned, your ads get disapproved, the CPCs are twice as much and stuff like that, and just managing with yourself, it gets you to the point where I started taking like Tony Robbins personal development courses just to manage those situations, just to
it's like your mind doesn't recognize that you made 50 grand a day for the past,
Yeah.
3
The
months or
yeah,
whatever.
the
As soon
50
as you start losing, you feel like a loser a
Dude,
little
it
bit,
doesn't
right?
matter how much money I have in my bank. The day I start losing, I start cleaning my own house. Like I'm trying to save money on gas. I know what you mean. Yeah.
I like it.
So inherently, that's kind of the nature of what I'm trying to talk to you about here. My talk tomorrow is going to be about search engine optimization. It's a wild, wild opportunity. And there are businesses that can be very stable. Like, I teach a lot of people SEO, and they have amazingly stable client consulting businesses. It's awesome. It's very inspiring to me. Affiliate marketing, this is kind of what I established in 2004 with the Traffic Secrets launch, and then again with these other launches. The money is so good. Like if you just boil down to what you actually do, the actual keystrokes that you make, the number of phone calls that you make, you boil it down, there's nothing like it in world history, the amount of money that can be made. And the thing that you want to fight against, and the way to do this is not to wait until that campaign goes away. It's to just inherently realize it's such a blessing to begin with. And to realize that it's going to last as long as it's going to last. And it's still, so the thing to do is just to compare it with another scenario. What would it be like if I was a plumber or a doctor? What would it be like, in my relationship with my girlfriend, I just constantly remind myself of what it was like when I was 15 years old and just just frustrated and scared and had no idea. If you don't remind yourself every day of the blessing that you have and the opportunity that you have, then it's really like pearls before the swine. Like you're taking this precious opportunity of affiliate marketing and turning it into something that it's not. That's what I meant about the Shark Tank thing.
Yeah.
Don't be that guy with that taco cart trying to tell yourself, I'm going to compete with Taco Bell. No, be like, oh my God, I don't have to build Taco Bell to be a multi-millionaire and not to actually have to work very hard. And by the way, if you do have to work very hard, get while the getting's good, make that money, and get annuities, guys. Get annuities. Lock that money away so you do get to a point in your life where your money getting is like collecting your paychecks. This is why OJ still has money, guys. Get annuities.
So I was speaking with my business partner who is with me here, and about the same thing. It's about like feeling grateful for what you have, but we also talked, and there was a day, like a couple of days ago, we were in Bangkok, we just arrived, and while we were flying, we thought that we were going to hit like a certain benchmark, and we made like 15K. I'm not joking, that was the number. We have like a data monetization company, we send some spam, basically. So we made like 15K, and this guy was like broken because he believed it's going to get like to 40 or 45. That was his goal. And I told them, dude, I've seen a show on Netflix, people for like 10, 15K a month, they go sell drugs, they go to jail, most of them. Most of them don't even get to 30, 35. You just made that in a day. Do you fucking realize it? You
With
know
some
where you
keystrokes.
are.
Yeah.
You just went to sleep. You didn't even touch the keyboard. You sent it, you went to sleep on an airplane, and you woke up with another 15K, you know?
Yeah.
Minus what's mine.
Expectations can be such poison. And there's, again, we're saying this against the backdrop of the millions that you can make with affiliate marketing profit.
But annuities.
And annuities, guys. I'm
All
not
day
kidding
long
y'all.
with annuities.
Changed my life. I'm just telling you. Like, I'm going to get like 5 figures a month for the rest of my life when I turn 60, 40 years from now. But it's a real thing.
Very cool. So here's just we have about 5 minutes left here, 6 minutes. How do you structure your time? So obviously people become an affiliate to be able to stop trading time for money in a way, right? So how do you structure your time, and how do you battle? Are you able to achieve the 7-hour work week? Are you able to achieve the freedom that you wanted when you got into it?
Well, this is actually a very funny question. Most affiliates, if they didn't hit the F5 button all the time, they would be surprised how much time they actually get in a day.
Yep.
So the way I structure my time is, first of all, I only refresh my stats 2 times a day, in the morning and in the evening. And I find that I have plenty of time just to focus on the campaigns. I do everything in the morning. It's definitely not a 7-hour week, as you said, but you can definitely structure your time if you manage your priorities.
And with your priority, like, do you like you go work out? You go like you read books. You know, like, what are some of the other things you do in a day besides
Oh, of
work?
course, I do a lot of things. So I I do gymnastics. So every time I'm in the gym, I'm there for 3 hours just practicing handstands and stretching. So yeah, I get the freedom that I want, that I'm after. That's 100%.
Cool, Mike.
I wish I could tell you it was a 4-hour work week or whatever it is. I'll probably more like 60 hours for me, but and I'll tell you why, because right now the getting is so freaking good.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just wild, and he's right about the stat checking. Rolf is right about the stat checking. I'm wrapping up a 6-figure promotion right now, and I have no idea within 50K of how much it's going to make. I mean, I could check right now if you guys want me to, but it's not. Like that's not really, yeah. But that's really not what matters. But yeah, I'll say, I said this at the beginning of the year. I gave a speech at an event I did with Ty Lopez, and I said it's morning. Beginning of 2018, I said it's morning right now. It's time to get while the getting's good. The economy is so insane. Internet marketing is in such an ascension. So my recommendation to you guys is to clamp down and crush it, and make your nest egg right now, and that's what I'm doing.
Well, I think that basically that was the thing that freed me the most, because I'm like a guy who my day is super dynamic, and sometimes I like to work in the afternoon, sometimes I like to work at night. So when I work from home and when I get to spend time with my dog, that's the life that I imagined for me. And I know it's not for everyone, because a lot of guys need some company and they want to talk to people. But I figured out that if you cut the time that it takes you to get to the office, to come back from the office, the energy, which I don't even know what's the equivalent in time for that, and of course the lunch and stuff that you just spend money on, just like that. I like to sit at home, I can fart whenever I want, I go to poop, I eat whenever I want. That's what I do, and that freed my time. And regarding the gym, well, I only started going after I had to buy one. That's what it took. So, yeah.
That's right. You're a gym owner. I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah, we opened up like a year and a half ago, and I lost some weight from Barcelona, if you could see.
Yeah, I could tell. Very nicely done. You're a slim wolf.
I just want to add on this that it's really all about the priorities. When I started, I used to spend even working 5 hours into the night. And I didn't like it, so what I did is I actually bought a timer that I put in the socket, and it turns out my internet at 9:30 p.m. every day, and that fixed it. So, and I still make more money because even though I have less time. So it's all about the priorities.
Very cool. And you guys do all work from home, right?
I just wanted to add that, like, I think it's like going to the gym as like if I need to what I'm trying to say is that at the start of every project, when you're like more excited about it, you spend a lot of money on just refreshing stats, because it's like a bit of like taking drugs. And I know affiliates, big or small, know that feeling. Doesn't matter if you're making 100 or 100,000 a day. You still waste a lot of time in just like calculating how much you spend, how much you made, how much you spend, how much you made. And when time goes by, like when you start being more professional, you just let the campaigns run. You're less excited. It's less urgent for you to make changes inside campaigns and stuff. So that cuts a lot of the time, at least for me. And I'm also very quick when I upload campaigns and stuff. So that's where I get to do everything, like managing clients on the business side, choosing clients on my agency side, and choosing offers. So that saves a lot of time.
Are there specific verticals or niches that take less manpower than others? Should solo affiliates focus on low-hanging fruit in this area?
Well, yes and no. I think that you can definitely focus as an affiliate on one campaign that might make you like 20K a day, okay? I think with campaigns like in the evergreen like type of campaigns, like Danilo is doing like in the low space, or maybe insurance or loans, people would always need that, and you can run a white hat campaign and just ramp it up, scale it up, and do maybe an ROI which is not that good, but I think that it depends if you really focus on multiple campaigns that are doing like really not that much for you, or you just focus on one campaign, build that funnel, upsell, build memberships, and do stuff like that maybe. But I think you need to recognize, like everything, like I said, everything is so dynamic, so you need to recognize that specific point in time where you are just too obsessed, maybe you got married to the offer or the project, and you need some more help. And I don't really believe in employees, I believe in scaling partnerships, because when someone is your partner, he will work, it doesn't matter if it's Sunday or Saturday or Friday, if it's 8 a.m., 8 p.m., or 3 a.m. You know, if something needs to be done, that you can't buy that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So if you scale partners, and you need to recognize that specific time that you need to do that.
So, of course, the big three overall niches are health, wealth, and love. I've done quite a bit in each of them. These days, what I've gravitated to, I tell people that I'm a digital marketing gun runner, you know, a digital marketing
Bounty
arms
hunter.
dealer.
Or arms dealer, okay.
Yeah, that's
So
how I
you're
think of
selling the
myself.
tools.
Well, and of course I'm a money-getting mercenary myself. I mean, I use the tools.
Yeah.
But I love the money-getting space. You know, if I told you guys that digital marketing services in the U.S. alone was $10 billion, which is about the same size as alcohol, then that would sound like a lot of money, probably. But the real number is $700 billion, which is the same, last year, the same size as the US military budget. And so it's just absolutely wide open. And that's, you know, SEO for dentists, all the way to fertility clinics, all the way to, ad campaigns for casinos, like whatever else is out there. So I think that, for me, I think that the world just badly needs, if you guys knew how bad, out of that $700 billion that's getting spent right now, it's buffoonery. Like so much of what's going on, nobody knows how to do SEO. Nobody knows how to run ad campaigns like these guys do. It's not out there, and it's so easy. Tony Robbins, is fond of saying that you're like this little baby elephant who's got the rope tied around your leg, right? That's the famous story. And when you grow up, then that rope is still holding you down. But honestly, I differ with Tony Robbins in the main on that, because if you're at a crowd at a Tony Robbins event, that's probably not your problem. The problem is you're a dentist or you're a doctor or you're in the wrong freaking industry, right? Whereas, but it's different. For you here, yeah, that is your problem. Like the problem is that we are way bigger and way more important in a certain way. We're not on TMZ or anything like that. We're not like famous in that way. We may never be. I don't really care about that kind of stuff. But in terms of the importance of what we do, the value of the understanding that's in this room, on this stage, out there, it's immense. And so, you look to your left, you look to your right, you're probably going to see somebody who's an exceptional person. You look at yourself in the mirror, you've probably got a big future. So I got to tell you, the online money-getting space is really, really big, and I hope that a lot of people take advantage of it, because right now the people that are out there are hucksters.
Yeah, and I have to add that it's mainly like I had the time thinking about what Eric just said and Mike. Digital products are much more fitting for a one-man show, because when you do e-com, when you do drop shipping, it's nice. But when you scale up and you need inventory, if you have some specific product that is selling amazingly, and you have to touch those customer service stuff and logistics, basically. Yeah. Especially now, when Facebook is basically rating your ad account according to customer satisfaction, that's where I would scale employees maybe.
Yeah, even with dropshipping, you need to have a team of people finding products to churn through them and everything
customer
like that.
service.
Yeah, exactly.
Not only is it about the offer, I think it's all about the traffic source. Like if you cannot spend 50 grand a day on a traffic source, then I'm not interested in it. It's not worth my time. There's a lot of these small traffic sources where they sell tier 2, tier 3 inventory where you cannot even spend 10 grand a day. What is it? The opportunity is so huge, you just have to focus on the big things.
Very cool. Well, let's leave it there. So picture yourself all as giant elephants with tiny threads around your leg, and break free into this new opportunity. Thanks very much for the panel, guys.